love for the game. Got love for the.
Oh my God. Y'all gotta let that hurt go, man. I don't know who did it. I don't know what did it. I am not a big fan of therapy. Count it as a red flag, whatever you want to call it. But I am a big fan of people just getting their shit together by any means necessary. I mean, if therapy is what you use, hey, by all means, go ahead and use therapy. But y'all gotta let that hurt go, man. There was this funny phrase I used to use whenever I was like in turmoil in my relationships. I used to always say, damn, what did I used to say? You bleeding on me and I'm not even nigga that cut you. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, I thought I was a poet or something. I used to say this because I was always like, yo, bro, because something happened to you in your past, you're kind of like using it to hold me at fault for what we got going on in the present. Like, I can't tell you how many times I met somebody that are constantly using like their survival strategies that they learned throughout, you know, their childhood or certain experiences that they had. They're using these survival strategies and it becomes like a self-sabotage thing. And I'm just like, yo, bro, you don't gotta worry about me stabbing you in the back, taking advantage of you, or nothing like that. I'm chilling. But because trauma is something that they haven't found a way to kind of rid themselves of or kind of like tap into to where they can cure themselves of it, it bleeds out in many facets of their life, whether that's work, whether that's school, whether that's relationship, whether that's a family dynamic. Trauma is something that I feel can add on to the pain somebody's experienced if they don't heal from it. Trauma can definitely hold you hostage. It could stop you from continuing a relationship that would have probably been the best case scenario for you, but you just decided, you know what? Nah, this person gotta be doing something, because the majority of the guys I've dealt with or dated, they were cheating and they were trying to use me for specific things. So this person gotta be doing something. So I'm gonna investigate to see what they're doing. Whole time where you doing this investigation, this man's not even doing anything, but what you are coming off as is crazy. And your methods are very accusatory. What you're doing is pushing this person away. And a lot of people subconsciously don't even realize they're doing this because they're in survival mode. Even if you don't give them a reason to be in survival mode, they're just in that mode. And then you got things like generational trauma. I feel like that's one of the most dangerous traumas that could ever occur. Because with generational trauma, you kind of have no say in the type of trauma you're gonna have to deal with. Because you're born to parents that say, you know what? When we were younger, our parents used to beat the living daylights out of us. And that is the only way we know how to correct young children. So what they do, they start beating the living daylights out of you. But what I will say is, I've heard a lot of people from my generation say, you know what? When I have kids, I'm not gonna beat them like my parents beat them, because I ain't like that shit. And I feel like my generation is gonna be one to change a lot of things in future society. So I got hope there. But there's still some remnants of some trauma. And I think the one avenue where I see majority of trauma being used at our big age for me is when it comes to dating. Oh my God. I think my generation is the generation of trauma dumping. Like, trauma dumping is like the language we speak. And guess what though? I don't even mind. I don't even mind about hearing people's past experiences and things like that, because I talk about my past experiences. You know, when I'm on a date, when I'm getting to know somebody, we speak on like intimate, traumatic things that have happened in our lives. And I don't have no problem with that. It's just when you're sitting there and you're listening to this person talk about these traumatic events that happened when they were growing up or happened in their past or happened in their recent past, it's a problem when they start sounding like they kind of didn't heal from this stuff. Like me, I could talk about how me and my mom had a rocky relationship, how, you know, her method of discipline, I didn't agree with it, and how I felt like whenever she disciplined me in her way, it made me an even worse child behavior wise. I could talk about that with somebody I'm on a date with and still mention how right now, to this day, me and my mom are like this. She's damn near my best friend. I love my mom. I harbor no bad feelings toward her or whatever. This is just an experience I'm speaking on to just share a certain side of me to this new person I just met. So whenever I break it down and talk about things that were traumatic to me, to anybody, you could kind of hear that, oh, okay, well, it sounds like you healed from it though. That's what you can hear from me. But when I'm listening, oftentimes I'm just like, God, dog, I don't think you healed from that yet. Like, imagine being on a date with somebody and you guys are trauma dumping. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling y'all, this is what people around my age and my generation do. Like, it's really regular, it's really normal. But imagine you're on a date with somebody and she's just trauma dumping, right? And because her trauma dump involves men that she's dated, imagine me being a man on a date with a woman and she goes, yeah, that's why all men are just fucking dogs. How the fuck am I supposed to respond to that? Now, if she was trauma dumping, talking about, yeah, I've had bad relationships with men, they've always cheated, but I know that's not the majority, and I always kept my heart open because I know the right man would come along and show me different. That's somebody that can trauma dump about this situation and sound like they actually healed from it. And they're not holding every single man on earth accountable for her experiences. But this individual is just all men are dogs. And the whole time you're on a date with a man. And how you know this person is not healed, one, from the statement, but two, when they don't even look at you and go, I'm not saying you're a dog, but they don't even clarify it. They just stick to their gun. Yep, all men are dogs. You're on a date with a man. So if you feel like all men are dogs, one, you're not healed because you're basing this off of the terrible experiences you had. And two, you feel like I'm a dog as well. So why are we even on a date if you're still harboring these feelings towards men? It sounds like you need to stop dating for a little bit, do something therapeutic, whether that be, I don't know, painting, going to a therapist, whatever it is. Go handle that before you come on a date with a species of human that you feel is very dog-like. It just doesn't make sense to me, bro. And letting your trauma hold you hostage, it can block your blessings as well. If a dude was growing up and his aunts were mean to him, his mom was mean to him, his older sister was mean to him, and he kind of like built up this anger towards women, imagine him going into society, in the workforce, he's interviewing for certain companies and he has, I don't know, 2 offers. One company, they're giving him a salary of $70K, you know what I mean? But his boss is a man. The other company, they're giving him a salary of $70K, same salary, but his boss is a woman. Do you know that this individual who has this disdain for women because of his traumatic experiences growing up, do you know more than likely he's gonna take the job where the male is the boss for $70K? Because in his mind, it's like, at least I don't have to deal with no damn woman. But in this scenario, you taking that job where the boss is a male for $70K, you stay stagnant at that same level for 5 years where you're still making the same salary at $70K. When on the other hand, if you went to this company where the woman was the boss and you make it $70K, you would have got a gradual raise to where by the 5th year of your employment, you would have went from $70K to maybe $85K. You had a raise over here. But because you're so biased in your thought process, you chose the job to where the man is the boss because of your traumatic experiences that you did not heal from. You will lose blessings by letting your trauma hold you hostage. Anybody that's out there in your big age, please stop persecuting people, stop being prejudiced, and stop blaming the world for the problems that you chose not to go and deal with. Now, I understand healing, that shit requires facing pain. And some people are not ready to face that pain, so they kind of run from the healing process when it comes to, trauma. But if you want to tap into your true self, if you want to level up, take a step up from the person that you are today, I implore you, please go heal. because that trauma is holding you back from God knows what. The trauma could be holding you back from your blessings. I know for sure trauma is not holding you back from evil things. I firmly believe trauma can only hold you back from good things that are supposed to happen in your life. So people, please go heal. And the new people you meet in your life, they are not the same people that hurt you along your journey. Stop taking things out on people, because at a certain point, this shit gets tiring and it gets old. We're way too old to keep letting trauma trigger us and have a hold on to us. You gotta let this shit go, man. Go heal.
Growing up, I was doing all kinds of shit. Too many problems in my life I was trying to fix. Unaware, can't really explain if I was cognizant. I was more concerned with which block I was trying to spin.